Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Pony Montana, and in this video, we're gonna be going over part 2 of the Kansas City Chiefs ebook. It's been a long time, and the current meta in Madden is currently a lot of running. A lot of people are using multiple running backs with angry runs and all this kind of crazy stuff to make their offense as dynamic as possible. And I think this is probably one of the best offenses to run if you are looking to utilize the most broken stuff into the game. Now, before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below. You guys should know the vibes if you're back for part 2. Kansas City Chiefs ebook. Now, this is pretty much going to be the second part of the ebook that I posted, but the first part was all passing, so I'll leave a link to that in the description down below so you guys can actually get the passing portion down. This is all about the run game and all about confusing your opponent as much as possible. That's the whole point of this entire ebook, and this is just going to be the extra portion of it. So we're going to start off. We're not going to do it the same way as the last video. We're going to make this hopefully a little bit easier so you guys can just kind of understand what you normally do and how you use it when it comes to this. So our main play, our base play, is going to be this bunch Y flex play. So in our bunch Y flex, one of our audibles is going to be this RPO zone alert Omaha. This is going to be one of your main plays to sit there and come out and run the ball out of against one of the metas that is in the game, the 4-3-6-1 meta. This is going to be something that you guys are going to be able to abuse. A lot of this is pretty much based on the metas that are currently going on in Madden, and one of the metas is the run game. So we're gonna make sure that our run game is top tier and one of the most annoying that you guys could possibly make it. So let's start it off with this. We're gonna start off with bunch Y flex, and the plays that we are going to be hopping into is this RPO zone alert Omaha, this RPO zone read bubble. Then we're gonna go to tight open, and we're gonna go into two plays. We have to have these in our audibles. We got read option, and then we've got our speed option. Both are gonna help out. Then you're gonna go into, let's slide back a little bit, trio halfback weak. There is a speed option in there that I think works very, very well if you run it to the weak side of the field. And then Y off trips weak, which has one of the most annoying plays in the game for anybody to deal with. So you have to make sure that these are all in your audibles, because again, the whole point of this is to completely confuse and frustrate whoever it is that you are facing. So for personnel, your running back, if you guys want to utilize this the best way possible, make sure that your running back has angry runs, and make sure that your quarterback is somebody who is somewhat mobile, so you guys can actually run around with him if you need to. And obviously for the speed option plays, that's going to be something that you guys are going to want. Now, before I get into anything else, there is a speed option and there is a read option. There are certain situations where you utilize either or. So I'm going to hop into the tight open play. The tight open, where is it at? We're going to hop into the tight open play simply because there is a difference in when you use both plays. And I'm going to explain that to you right now. So we're going to start off with the read option play, and we're simply just going to call random play on the defensive side of the ball. So right now, this is a perfect example of when we should use the read option. And I'm going to bring up the squigglies here just so you guys can understand what I mean by it. So right now we have 4 down linemen, and this was a little bit too, we have 4 down linemen here. So as you can see, 4 down linemen, which means when I'm choosing to run one of these plays, I am going to look for the read option. Why is that? Is because we don't have an outside guy being our read key. We're going to have this guy here that ends up being our read key. If it ends up being one of the linemen, you're going to want to run the read option. So as you can see, the R is above one of the linemen. This is going to be your bread and butter. You're going to be able to utilize this over and over and over again, and it's going to help you guys out a lot. So you're going to be able to make that read on that outside player, and that's going to completely make your life 10 times easier, because that's the only person that you have to read to actually make this play work. So if he stands up, we hold X, we hand the ball off, and all of a sudden we're going to keep on getting yards, positive yardage. That's all we're looking for, positive yardage. This one is a 3 down lineman set, so we could actually run our speed option here, and we're going to look towards that guy that was the read option, and now he has the P above his head, because he's the pitch key, he's the pass key in this play. So if he crashes down towards the QB, we're going to hurdle and then pitch the ball back. So let's see what happens. Boom. And as you can see, We're here to frustrate. We're here to make people mad. We're here to make people angry, and we're here to score touchdowns. And this is going to be one of the easiest ways to do so. So we're just going to go over pretty much the bases of each play that we're going to be running to frustrate our opponents. Same thing here. 3 down lineman set. So we're going to audible into the speed option. We're going to look towards that pitch player. And if he crashes down, we're going to hurdle. And all of a sudden we have a lot of green in front of us to gain a lot of yards. This is probably one of the most frustrating offenses that you guys are going to be able to run against a lot of people. So again, same situation here. There isn't even a read option because right now that outside linebacker is the Mike. So we're going to go ahead and switch that real quick. Now he's going to be our read option. So again, we're going to audible to speed because there's 3 down linemen. Again, if you see 3 down linemen, you're either going to run straight up the gut, but you're not going to run the read option, or you're going to pitch it. You're going to run the speed option. So let's do it one more time just so you guys can get the general look of how frustrating and annoying it could possibly be. As you can see, man, it's going to be very frustrating to stop you, especially if you're getting the passes in from the last ebook. Same exact situation. This is going to be extremely hard to stop. So 3 down linemen, you run speed option. 4 down linemen, you run the read option. Again, it depends on what playbook you guys are in. Excuse me, not playbook. It depends on what formation you guys are in. But you can always audible into these because these are all 11 personnel. You got 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 running back. So one more time. I actually ran the read option. So now that you pretty much know how to run the tight open, let's go ahead and switch it to the other plays that we're going to be utilizing into these playbooks. So let's start off with this bunch strong nasty here. Again, most of these are all plays that you're going to be able to keep it with the running back. So again, with the read option plays, if the pitch option is back here, if the pitch option is all the way back here, you're going to be able to pretty much toss it to this guy out on the outside. Again, these are 3 read plays that you guys are going to be able to make. So we read the running back, we read that guy that's standing up on that D line, and we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it ourselves because he stands up. And I'm actually going to show the instant replay on that. So those of you guys who struggle with your read options can understand. The guy that has the R above his name is either going to crash down or he's going to do this. He's going to stand up. If he stands up, you hold A or X for the running back to keep the ball. And you're always pretty much going to gain yardage unless they have really good run defense. And then that's just going to be, that's just how Madden is. But again, this is going to be the easiest thing to do is read that one person. And it's the easiest when you're reading it off of the defensive lineman. So make sure you guys are the most crucial part of this thing is making sure that this guy here gets read properly so that you can make the right read. Now, again, like I said, because the pitch read was all the way back up here, we could have thrown that down there. We could have thrown that to him and made a big gain of a play, but obviously we took the safer route with keeping it with the running back. Makes our life a lot easier, and we ended up getting a lot of yards there. Same situation here. The pitch key is on the inside, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult, and this is where I would audible into a speed option play just to make it super frustrating. So we have to make the read here. Always open. We make the read, and we end up gaining a decent amount of yards. Again, if that pitch key is out there, if that pitch key is up top, you're going to be able to throw this. If it's the read key out here, you're going to be able to throw this every single time. So I don't have my second controller, unfortunately, so I can't actually showcase it. That's why I chose the random plays. But if the read key is on the outside, guarding the pitch key, you're going to be able to throw that pitch every single time. The pass every single time. You don't have to wait. You don't have to do anything. You're going to be able to throw it every single time. And then you add angry runs on top of it, or a running back like Derrick Henry on Rags, or any really good running back. It's going to be very annoying to play against. So again, let's see what happens here. He crashes down, so we end up being able to take this to the outside, and we end up gaining a decent amount of yards. Now, this is always going to work against plays like 4-3-6-1. Any 4-3-6-1, they have to do a lot of adjustments to actually guard that outside pitch. So if they are in 4-3-6-1, you're pretty much going to be able to run this nonstop. So let's call timeout and head over to probably the last play that I should talk about, because it's probably one of the most important, one of the most frustrating plays. Because the bunch Y flex, this is going to be our main play if you guys watch the first part of the ebook. But the RPO zone alert Omaha, it's almost the exact same thing. as the bunch strong nasty. It's almost the exact same thing, and it's extremely frustrating for your opponents. But there is another play that we need to go over, and I'm going to start it off. Actually, there's a couple plays. So let's start off with the speed option play out of the trips formation. It's literally one audible over, so it's so easy to audible into, and it makes your life 10 times easier. Now, this is one of the weirdest plays, in my opinion, in the game, simply because I feel like it runs better towards that right side. It's a good formation to just pass out of, but I feel like it runs better towards the wide side. It just feels like it compresses itself for some reason, and I don't understand that. So when I ran this play, I ran it towards the right side of the field. And what that allows me to do is that allows me to make a read better, because this guy ends up kind of bumping into your guy here, which means you're better off kind of slowly moving towards that right side and kind of crashing inside. Because again, we don't want negative yardage. We want positive yardage. So if we're running towards that side, oh, I forgot the hurdle. I mean, it would have been a perfect play. I forgot the hurdle, but if we're running towards that right side, see right now that left side looks completely open, so I'm going to run it towards that side anyways. And then as you can see, we have a lot of blocking. All we got to do is make a man miss, and we could potentially go for a touchdown. Now, if the personnel is that stacked to that left side, flip it to the right side. This situation here is stacked, so we're going to run it towards the right side, and you just got to be a little bit more patient. As you can see, instead of pitching it, because the pitch key ended up guarding the running back, we ended up keeping it, and that's exactly what we want. We want to make sure that we're making the right read here. The pitch key looked like he went too far towards the outside, so we simply just cut it inside, and look, we ended up getting about 10 yards there. And you can't go broke while making a profit. And if you guys are playing with a good running back and quarterback, they're going to be so frustrated with trying to stop the pass and trying to stop the run that if you're allowing yourself to do something like this, is going to absolutely destroy your opponent. There's not much that they could do against it, especially with the OP abilities that are in the game. Again, we just make life 10 times easier. Okay, the hurdle into the pitch, it's very frustrating for a lot of people to deal with. But again, that's on me. Sometimes that's gonna happen a lot of the times where you're sitting there trying to. Again, you have to get comfortable with the pitch. In this formation, it definitely is a little bit weirder. But once you get it down, it's nasty. It's nasty, and you're gonna frustrate a lot of people with it. And we didn't get into the end zone, but it's fine. Speed option. Run it to the weak side. Well, technically it's a strong side because that's where the tight end is. But you run it to the weak side of the field where there's less clutter, and you should do fairly well when it comes to this play, as long as you're not pretty much pitching it to the defenders. I do that sometimes, and again, it happens all the time, but there's a lot of options in this playbook for you to actually dominate out of. So let's hop into another play that I think is probably one of the best into this, and that's going to be out of the Y off trip. So our audibles for this: mountain halfback swing, and then RPO zone dive. You can audible into the RPO thunder bubble. I like the RPO zone dive because I feel like it's like a quicker handoff. So, but our main play here is going to be this mountain swing play, right? Why? Because it's probably one of the easiest plays to hit in the game. So soon as that running back comes across, you're going to be able to keep it with the quarterback too. But with the OP angry runs, you're almost always going to get yards. They're going to have to commit a complete user for this play. And it's just going to make your life 10 times easier. As you can see, look at how much space and opportunity we got to make something happen. You simply just call this play, and they're going to be frustrated. So you're going to be audibling from a very good passing offense into the most annoying run offense. Now, one of the tricks to make this play as good as possible is simply, if you guys can tell, the throw that I'm throwing is super fast. It's a lot faster than just doing this. You see how he's cocking back for the throw? We don't want that. The way that you take that away is you simply hold down on the left stick as you're passing, and you're going to hold the triangle button. And as you can see, you get that animation there where he ends up just zipping it right to where the running back is, and we're able to get the ball in our hands faster, and it makes our life 10 times easier. So let's do the one more time, and then I'll show you something that you guys can do with this formation, with this play, that's going to make your life a little bit easier as well, and kind of create a little bit of gap. Because again, they just keep stacking the box, and that's why I'm not showing it, but you can actually keep it with the running back. Oh, I ended up pump faking twice, but I like to pump fake. You can just keep it with the running back, with the quarterback, excuse me, and then just, you know, just run up field if you'd like to, but they keep stacking the box every single time, which is kind of annoying. So let me call timeout and see if we can hop into like a dollar formation for the defense, and then we'll hop into the final play of this video. So let's hop into dollar just for the sake of the video. We're just hopping in a dollar just so I can showcase you guys the running with the quarterback. And sometimes, again, that's why the swing is so important. That's why the run up the gut is so important, simply because if it doesn't work, then it just doesn't work. But again, you can simply take off with the running back, excuse me, with the quarterback, and end up getting a lot of yardage. As you can see there, the best example right there. We took off with the quarterback and went absolutely crazy. Again, it's all on you dipping and dodging and ducking anybody that's in the way. As you can see, if you have an ability like big trust on your quarterback, you're going to be able to go crazy with this. And it just gives you another option that you guys are going to be able to use. And even if you run all the way out, no penalty, no nothing, and we're able to sit there and go crazy. So again, there's so many options that you guys can utilize, and this is no different. We're getting positive yardage every single time. Their user has to account for it, and it's extremely frustrating. All you have to do is keep it with your quarterback. Run outside a little bit. You have some extra blocking. You go absolutely nuts, absolutely crazy, and that's it. And for the final play, this is something that we've gone over before. The speed option out of pistol bunch tight end. It's one of the most annoying plays in the game, and I don't know why it doesn't just pick a random play for me, but I like to run this towards the strong side of the whichever hand is the strong hand of the quarterback. So right now we got Bo Jackson. He's a QB. So we're gonna run it towards the right side mainly, and we're gonna do the same thing that we did out of the other speed option. We're gonna hurdle, and then we're gonna pitch it back. You're going to be able to pretty much dominate straight out of that as well. You can run it to that left side, but again, I feel like I feel like a lot more mishaps happen because there's just more defenders on that side to try to guard the bunch on that side. So if you see that they're like base aligned, then you can run it towards that left side. But if they're not, by all means, keep running towards that right side. It'll make your life a little bit easier because that's the strong hand of the QB. And I personally like to run towards that side more often. Not saying that you can't run that way, but as you can see, there's just so many different issues that happen. Sometimes there's a defender that ends up picking you off, and that's probably the most frustrating thing ever. When you think that you got your pitch key all perfectly down pat, and then they end up getting an interception on you. This is probably the most frustrating offense that you will be able to run against your opponent if you guys are looking to just frustrate them. They will quit. They will write you messages. They will call you a cheeser. They'll call you a YouTube learning P word. Whatever the case is, this is going to result in that. Why? Because you're just going to win more games and you're going to frustrate a lot more people, especially if you guys are playing MUT. This is a MUT offense. You're going to be able to dominate anybody when it comes to the MUT tip. And yeah, hopefully you guys are able to do that in the most positive way. Of course, you know, positive gaming. It's always stressed upon us. So by all means, go out there and dominate your opponent with this ebook. It's the easiest run ebook that you guys are going to be able to run. So easy, so fun, so winning. You guys are going to be able to win a lot. So that's pretty much it for this. My name is Tony Montana. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys want any other ebooks on the channel, let me know down in the comment section below so that I can actually make them for you. We stalled out a little bit, but we're back. So if you guys want anything, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to make that video for you. My name is Tony Montana. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out.